Yo, what's up everybody? It's your host, DJ Marc Antomattei. Didn't shave for a long time because it's Movember. Kind of looking like a scruffy looking Nerf herder here. But you know, that's the way it is. Movember. Make sure you go to the hospital and get yourself checked out. Make sure you ain't got prostate cancer. Anyways, welcome to another episode of the DJ Antomattei at Tokyo show. In this episode, we're going to be doing a classic review of some classic Pioneer DJ kit, the Pioneer DJM 300 mixer. Without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Yeah, you heard of this. You heard of this.
Street cred, boy, you heard me.
Alright people, if we go ahead and take a look, you'll see that I don't have much set up right now in the terms of kit, but this is going to be the main focus. This is going to be a very quick video with mostly just an overview and some commentary about this DJ mixer right here. So again, the reason why I'm doing this review of this old piece of kit is because one, I'm going to get rid of it within this week, probably even today, as soon as I'm done shooting this. And two, I did a DJ video a long time ago, I can't remember which one, but I was showing off my old Pioneer kit. I had some CDJs up here, and I was using this as the mixer, and somebody wanted to know what this mixer is going to be like for Turntablism. And he had either left that as a comment on the video or he had sent me a private inbox message on YouTube. So, I mean, it was a very old message. I didn't get back to him then, but, you know, I figured what the heck, I just do a video about it and put it out there for anybody that may be searching and interested in knowing about this. Because like I said, you know, you may be on a budget and you may be looking for some stuff, some kit to put together a bedroom DJ kit, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, but you know, you want to put enough into it to make sure that it serves all the functionality that you need it to do and to practice and to perform while you're at home. You know, you don't need top of the line stuff at home, just good enough to practice so that when you go out inside the club, you know what you're doing. Anyways, let's continue on. Continuing on with my overview, let me go ahead and disconnect some of these cables really quickly because I want to show you guys something. Difficult to get that off. All right, here we go. Flip this around so I can see what I'm doing here. Try to focus for you guys as best as I can. All right, there we go. If you could take a look here, these are all of the inputs that are on the back. There's two master outs, a left and a right and a left and a right, 1 and 2 channels for master out. And then there's a switch between line and phono. This is for the second CDJ and this is for CDJ1. And there's 2 inputs where you can turn it into a 4-channel mixer where you can have your CDJs inside of these 2, and then for this phono and line you can put your turntables, so you can have a maximum of 4 different things inside of here. And then there's a switch that goes between line and phono, and that's on both sides. And then here they have where you could put the control cable. Do I have that? Yeah, I do. So the control cable looks like this, and you simply plug one end inside of here and then you put the other end inside the CDJ, and that'll help you with keeping count with the BPM. It'll keep everything kind of synced up there. Microphone input, and this is the signal thing for the turntable. I'm such at a loss of words right now, but this thing, the ground is what it's called. Sorry about that. So you just put that there, and then you tighten up that clasp, and it won't come loose. And you could put 2 of them on there. Voltage selector. This will work in every single country. I'm in Japan, so I use 110 volts, but there's 120, 220 to 230, and then 240 volts. And this is something that I wanted to talk about. The date that is on here, it says August 2004. That was the date that this one that I have was manufactured. I'm not sure exactly when this thing came out. I think it came out in 2004. But I'm not 100% sure on that. You would have to go searching on the internet. But I know that mine was specifically manufactured in August of 2004 because they put that label on there with the serial number. All right. I've had this for 8 years now. I've had 8 years of use out of this baby. I bought mine, even though it was manufactured August 2004, I bought mine in about late November or early December 2005, and I just recently stopped using this, and now it's November 2013. So that's 8 good years of use out of this. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. One portion of that, but we'll get into it. All right, so I went ahead and connected everything back up again. We'll go ahead and power on this unit. I'm not going to play any music. I mean, I'll play music, but I'm not going to have it coming out of the stereo because I don't want YouTube to take down my video for using copyrighted music or anything like that. But all right, so I've been using this for 8 years, and finally the crossfader had died on me. As you can see, aesthetically, it still looks good. Yeah, nothing is broken, but something on the inside is apparently not working anymore because I try to fade between the left deck and the right deck, and it just doesn't work anymore. No matter where you have it, the audio is going to come out of both decks. Even I try to use these fader starts, and I try to switch this between the channel and the cross. Nothing works, so I can't crossfade anymore. But still, even though this crossfader died, the volumes knobs still work. So it doesn't matter where I leave this thing, but I just leave it in the middle. And I was using this to fade in and out of my tracks, and I just left the crossfader alone just because these were still operational. So 8 years is how long it lasted me, and then it died on me. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other functions. This is the monitor select. Well, first, here on the side is where you plug in your headphones. So this is my jack, and you just put it right in there. You could monitor channel 1. Just you have to make sure that the light is on. Channel 2, and then there's the master where you can listen to what's coming out of the main speakers. And here's a monitor level for adjusting your headphone volume. This is for the microphone. This is the microphone level on the top. On the bottom is the microphone EQ, where you can have it more high or just try to make your voice a little bit more bassier. The usual knobs, the trim. So this is like the main volume. When you're mixing, you're trying to get your audio levels at the same. You can use the trim to help you out with that. Then you got your high, mids, and lows for the equalizer. The auto BPM counter, you can have it on real. Real is showing you on time the BPM, which is coming out of your CDJs or whatever input source that you have inside of here. And average is just gonna give you an aggregated average of the BPM, the overall BPM of the song. I can't remember which one I used the most. I think I mostly kept it on. I think I mostly kept it on average. Input selectors on the top, you got phono 1 and line, and you can just switch that down for CD1. The same here, phono 2, line 2, CD2. Power button trims again. This is your master volume. Alright, let's go ahead and get some music started. I had to close my blinds just a little bit so that you guys can see the readout of the input level. And I turned up the master volume a bit so that this thing would jump into the red. Right now I have it on average, and the average is 127. This is electronic music that I'm playing right now, so it should stay pretty steady. Now it says 126. Press it again, it's just going to turn off everything, and then press it again, it's going to be on real. Real now is saying 90, so this is kind of jumping all over the place. 91, 90. I don't know which is correct. Change it back to average again. Let's see if anything is different. We'll wait just momentarily. Alright, so it's staying on 91 now. If you look over here at the input level, there's two different ways that you can display this. Because I only have something playing in channel 1 right now, and I have nothing playing in channel 2. This is acting sort of like a stereo display. You see that there's a left side and a right side, and the bars are going to be moving at different times and hitting, kind of showing the left speaker and the right speaker. Or you can hit this button right here that shows channel 1 and 2, and then channel 1 is just going to be here, and channel 2 is just going to be on this side. But obviously I have nothing playing out of there, so it's not gonna display here. But you have this button to show you these two different displays, which is pretty nice. I opened up my curtains again for clarity of the video so that you guys can see what I'm doing. The question for that video I had, the guy asked me, how's the crossfader like for turntablism? And I want to say it feels the same lightness as the Technics 1200 mixer. It feels about the same as that, the resistance. It slides around pretty good, and it stops pretty quickly as well. So it's a pretty nice switch. One of the main things that you'll notice about this unit, which is unlike anything else that you see on the market today, is that everything on the market now is vertically mounted, and it's the same length vertically as CDJs are. But as you can see, this one is horizontal, and they really don't make mixers like this anymore. The nice thing about this, the pro, is that you don't have your EQs so close together. You actually have room for both of your hands now, and you're not gonna bump into something, or you can easily go like this and twist. You know, you have no obstructions in your way for your hands for using the EQs, which is good. So that's one plus side of this. But the negative side of that, the opposite side of the coin, of course, is being horizontally mounted is going to take up more space on your table, your DJ workspace. So that's one thing that I dislike about it, because I don't have a lot of room on my table as it is, but you know, this makes it take up even more space. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video on the Pioneer DJM 300. Now I want to say, if you guys can find this somewhere used, it should cost you no more than $100 US at most, because when I bought it brand new, I paid $300 US for it, and that was back in 2005. I bought it retail. But Of course, with age, it's not valued at that price anymore. And of course, the functionality is not as great as DJ mixers on the market today. This thing is very bare bones, stripped down. It has no effects on it, and the only thing that you can do with it is mixing, and that's pretty much all it could do. And you know what? It does that well. I'm gonna go ahead and give this my review score of 4 out of 5 because of the price and the functionality. It does what you need it to do, but it doesn't do anything more than that, anything extra. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned and look for me in my next video. See you guys later. Peace.